Ancient, Valve's own map, is the answer to our favorite nostalgic map, Aztec. It's beautiful, it's got lots of details, and it's green. And because it's Valve's map, this could anytime replace active duty maps. So if you haven't played it, I highly recommend that you do. The map really isn't that hard to learn. You have your A, B, and middle. These are the contact points, which means this is where CTs and Ts will clash. Similar to Vertigo, CTs gain tons of map control before the Ts do, and then the Ts will have to fight for it. For middle, CTs will get there first. This allows them to get here before the Ts arrive, and they could even smoke out one of the pathways to middle to be even more aggressive. They'll also be able to play top mid with, for example, an op, which would be deadly if nothing is done about it. As a T, if you want middle control, you need to cut off top mid and clear this area. Here's how to smoke top mid. Then you could throw a flash over the wall and use a molly like this. If you're coming from the other end, here's another top mid smoke. And a similar molly for that area that I still don't know what it's called. After taking over mid, you can then decide where to go, and you get a couple options. You could go through top mid after the smoke disappears, go through A short, I guess, or you could go B from this pathway. In my opinion, to be successful on this map as a T, you'll need mid control as a starting point. A site is wide open, with little cover and not a lot of hiding spots. Using an op in this scenario can be very impactful. You could also fight for tunnels, since both teams would enter the tunnel area at the same time. If you are alone on A, you can play around this crate, which is not bangable by the way, and you can also get boosted up here. If you're playing with a teammate on A, you could have a crossfire set up inside the tunnels. From the site, you can also hold from this position as well, and even from here. For the A tunnels as a T, a molly and a flash could be used to push the CTs back. You could do it in this fashion, or in this fashion, just to give you some ideas. Inside tunnels, there's no way to throw your nades except through the main area. But because the site is open and close to tunnels, you can explode on a good flash. I strongly suggest a flash like this outside of tunnels, since CTs won't be able to hear it coming. On the flash, explode out and push the site to stomp the CTs. You can smoke CT spawn like this as well if needed. Or if you're coming from mid, this one will do. Just be aware that CTs can also hold A from here. The best planting spot on A, assuming you can plant anywhere freely, would be here, since CTs would have to show their backs to defuse it, and it allows for many after plant positions. B site is less of an open site compared to A, which is useful for close range weapons, and there's two direct pathways to the site. One is through the ramp, the other is through an area that I call blue. However, CTs are able to get so much map control up to the point where they could push Ts back before they get through the double doors. For example, if you're 2 on B, then this molly could be used, as well as this one to slow down the Ts. If, as a CT, you don't decide to put pressure onto double doors where the T's will come from, then here are some good angles that you could play from. As a T, a good support flash would be to throw it all the way back here so it pops after double doors, and obviously tell your teammates to push after it pops. Another solution is to use your smokes to quickly get through the molly so you get a hold of the area. Anyway, enough of that, here's how you can execute B. Since you can enter B from two ways, I strongly suggest taking advantage of that, which makes it harder to defend. The best planting spot for B, assuming you can plant freely, would be here. You can hold the bomb from ramp, from inside blue, and you can also wallbang someone defusing. You could also plant closer to the pillar, which would be safer during the plant, but less effective for after plants. That is ancient. What do you think about the map? Let me know down below. Give this video a like to support it, subscribe if you like my content, stay awesome, and go bananas.